Hello, 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 and welcome to the stream. It's me, Wordy Girl. Wait a second. Do I not have my... I don't know what happened to my flower, but it's okay. I guess we don't need a flower today. I have all these flowers on my little hat. Or at least butterflies. Yes, flowers are on the hat, too. Alrighty, welcome to the stream. It's me, Wordy Girl, and I'm here. Let's get some music started. Let's get the clicky started. And alright. Alrighty, we are here. Now today is supposed to be puzzles and games. So I don't know what puzzles and games we're gonna do. If you guys start streaming into the chat, just let me know and I will play some games with you guys. We might play checkers or chess. If you want to join the Discord server, you can play Discord games with me. If not, we can just do jigsaw puzzles. We can do some co-working as well, because I know that I do have to do some, I want to catch up with my Enigmarch prompts, which I haven't been doing, sadly. If you would like to join us in the Discord, though, feel free to click that link that handsome co-host has put into the chat. Colonel is here. Welcome to the stream. Busy Wordy Girl on again.
Loquacious. It's quite a nice word, isn't it? Loquacious. Huh. Wish I could use it more.
Thank you so much to AJ for letting someone say something. Pretty cool. Thank you. Let's see. British Empress says, hello friend, glad I'm on time by 5 minutes. And also, cover your eyes, I'm streaking 7 times around Wordy. You guys are always talking about streaking like that. Okay, Colonel, good job. Alright, now, welcome in British Empress. You guys are about to be in an ad. If you are in an ad, exclamation point ads to let me know, exclamation point back to let me know that you are back. Gotta have fun with those streaks. Okay. Let's see. While we are in ads, which Colonel will not have ads due to being subscribed, thank you so much for your subscriptions. If you are subscribed or you have Twitch Turbo, thank you so much. If not, I appreciate you enduring those ads. We are going to see what we're going to do. I like that your keyboard lights up. Thank you. Yes, it changes different colors too. It can do different patterns. And yeah. Let's see. What are we gonna do? We should do the games. Does anybody want to play chess or checkers? Does anybody want to do puzzles? Maybe we should just do the jigsaw first. I know which jigsaw we should do. We should finish this jigsaw from February, which was still from, it was supposed to be for like Mardi Gras type puzzle. So if you guys want to join this, it is almost done. I thought they were just going to quickly complete it, but obviously not. We'll finish this. gonna pin that if anyone would like to help. I thought that they were going to quickly complete this, but I guess it was a little bit, maybe the people who were putting it together got tired, or they got busy or something. Not sure, but we can just finish the rest of this now. Once the ads are over, I'm gonna ask if anyone would like to play something else in the meantime. I feel like this is somewhere on this line. Or it could be this line. No, I don't think so. There's nothing else missing from this line. It is from this line, I just have to figure out where. It's not here. It's not here. Okay, weird. What is a stream streak? Asks the British Empress. Well, if you guys are back from the ads, welcome, welcome, welcome back. If you don't know what a stream streak is, basically it is when you are joining our streams. You know, like last time I streamed, if you visited, they're going to show you that you visited my stream. So then if I stream today, then they will, basically Twitch is recording that you visited my stream 2 times in a row. But when you visit 3 times in a row, that's when they give you a little prompt to share your stream streak in the chat. So once you do that, I think it's at 3, 5, and 7 that they celebrate these things. It can be higher than that. Most people don't really usually get too much higher than that because people don't usually make streams consistently in a row. But some people do. There have been stream streaks that I've seen where people have like 70 stream streaks, where whenever the person goes live, they're there. And it's just a way for Twitch to celebrate viewers.
Woohoo! What fun! Again!
Oh, thank you so much for the bits. Much love. Yeah, they're just celebrating the viewers. And it's kind of a fun thing where if you do make these streams amount of times in a row, they're going to also reward you by giving you more wisps or channel points to whatever channel you're at. So Colonel usually makes it to a lot of streams, so that's why Colonel makes jokes about streaking quite literally in the sense of running around, as some people do, like at baseball games and such. That is considered streaking. It was probably more of an older thing that they used to do. I don't know if that's something that most modern people are familiar with. But basically there was a big fad about running on the fields naked during sports games and stuff like that, which is considered streaking. So that's why Colonel just makes a joke about that kind of streaking, but that's not the kind of streaking that Twitch actually means. Twitch means a streak as in the amount of times in a row that you were able to make it to a stream. Yes, kind of like a log, yes. And you say, a little something for you, love you, thank you, love you too. I appreciate the bits. Yeah, so it's kind of like a log, but it's like an achievement. Like, have you ever played a game where they say log in every day for rewards? It's like if you log in every day, you get free stuff. Kind of like that. Twitch is giving you rewards for watching your streamer every day when they go live. Trying to behave with the streak jokes, exactly. Colonel likes to make those kinds of jokes. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate the streaks, the actual Twitch streaks, and the bits. Just you guys hanging out, because sometimes there are people who join the streams and they don't really even say anything. That's fine. If you're lurking, you're also appreciated. Gotta love the lurkers. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to figure out where this purple is. It's like pink with purple. Laura! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. How are you, Laura? I feel like it should be on this right here somewhere. On this row, but there's nothing there. Alright, I understand why they gave up on this puzzle. It's quite a challenge. It looks like it's a simpler puzzle, but this is one of the ones where I said it's kind of like that one we were doing with the tinsel, but this is a little better than the tinsel, personally, I think, because it is more straightforward. The tinsel was very like garbled. Everything was so garbled. At least these beads are a little bit more formed. Like you can tell where a bead stops and ends, like starts and ends. But those tinsels were like everything was just fray. I'll still have to figure it out. Hey, I said I will join, says Laura. Don't mind us, we are friends. I assume Wordy knows that, says Laura. Yes, indeed. I know that you two knew each other before I even knew either of you. And Kay, you would sometimes be playing with Laura on streams, and I didn't know who you were. I just heard your voice. And I was like, oh, that's another streamer. At first I didn't know that you were actually like a streamer yourself. I just knew that you were like a person who was already Laura's friend who was just playing with Laura. I really didn't know that you also streamed on your own. That's how I figured out about you. And then I was like, wait a second, that's the same person. I don't know where this is. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna find something else. This is quite... It almost... These parts look like watercolor almost. Yeah, I did Minecraft with Laura, and didn't go to plan because I got stuck during the game. It's hard playing on PC with the version I got. Oh no. Laura says, I knew Kay longer than you. Yes, you did. It's not a competition though. I love you both. Love you guys as well. I am glad that it can be fun and a lot of people can just be together, even though, you know, some people are very territorial and such. But it's good to be friends with everyone. Oh yeah, you know what I should do? I should change to Tangle because I'm actually in Tangle right now. I think I was in just chatting. I forgot about that. Okay. Yes, we can have more than one friend. That is correct. Some friends are not made for sharing, yes, but we can all have our boundaries of that. Yeah. Everybody has their own... Oop, there we go. Everybody has their own... Yeah. Everybody has their own way to look at things. I personally think that everybody can be friends, but I know some people have reservations about certain things. I just know that every person is their own person. And if they are my friend, they can also be other people's friend because they're their own person and they can choose to be friends with whoever they want to be friends with. But I'm also considered weird. So the longer I've known you and how you, the more jealous I become. It just means, yay, we are friends, I like you, and we're stuck with each other. That's understandable. But yeah, I've known people for a long time, but I just say they can be friends with whoever they want to be friends with, no matter how long we know each other, because everybody's their own person, and they can all just be friends with whoever they want, because everybody's a person, so they can choose what they want. Laura says, I just sneezed. Oh, God bless you. I would join the puzzle, but it looks too hard. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. This one is kind of challenging. That's why I'm trying to finish this, because I feel like people just abandoned it because it was a little bit too challenging. So I said, okay, I should just go ahead and finish this one. Like, for instance, I don't mind sharing some of my IRL, but I don't share my cousin since she's a blood relative and basically my sister, and we are more close than anyone here. Not that it's a competition. Understandable. But yeah, like when I have cousins and siblings and stuff like that, I just still say they're their own person too. And if they want to become friends with, like, some of you guys know my little sister, that I play Roblox with. Oopsies. What happened? Okay. Some of you guys know my little sister that I play Roblox with. Sometimes, and she will, like, be in the chat, and if she says, hey, you guys are cool, and she wants to be your friend, I will just say, okay, she can be your friend too, because everybody can be friends. And even though she is my sister, that doesn't mean that I get to control who she associates with. She can associate with people, and I can associate with people, and we can associate with the same people, or we can associate with different people. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's understandable. Like I said, everyone's different. I'm just letting you know how I am. Because I just know that everybody's their own person and they can choose who to hang out with. Yeah, sometimes people can be productive, which makes sense if you don't want them to associate with people who might mean harm and such like that. But a lot of times I will just tell the person, like, just be careful around this person, or something like that. Or I can just let them know how I feel, but I don't have to necessarily say they don't have permission to do something or they can't meet with somebody, because they are their own person, especially if they're like a grown adult. Like if they're a kid, that might be a thing where they don't have permission to associate with people online and such stuff like that. That's understandable. Stranger danger and all that. But if they're an adult, I feel that they can just make a decision. And if you think, I don't know, that person might be a bit weird to befriend, then I would just tell the person my concerns. But if they choose to hang out with them anyway, it's them, because they're an adult and they can choose what they want.
Quickety quackety.
Dream Cartographer is here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. How are you? And once again, getting a rare clicky clicky. You guys are about to be in an ad. Exclamation point ads to let me know. Exclamation point back to let me know that you are back. I didn't know about that one. Yes, exactly. There are a lot of them, actually. There's so many of them. It's hilarious. Goodness, how long have you been following the channel? Thank you so much, guys, for your longevity in supporting the streams. And if you are in an ad, exclamation point ads to let me know, exclamation point back to let me know that you are back. I'm going to catch up on the chat once the ads are over. I see Una's here as well. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. There we go. Hey, Darth has started a heist. Alright, you guys should be back from the ads. If you are back, welcome, welcome back. Let me catch you up on the chat. Darth has started a heist, by the way. Exclamation point heist and any number between 1 and 25. And you will be able to join the heist and you might be able to win points. Let's check the chat. I know there was a lot of stuff going on earlier. Alright, I see. I like that you got the piece in the game. Nice. I'm glad. Darth says, what is Mario's favorite musical? Mamma Mia. Happy Martin Day. Which I've been saying this in some servers. Some people have been saying this in servers. Martin. At first, you might not get it, but it's like March. M-A-R. Abbreviated. And then the number 10 is the I-O. So it's Mario Day. And since it's Mario Day, somebody can try to do an epic fail. If you redeem epic fail, there may be a Mario epic fail. It is kind of rare, but we'll see if it happens because it's Mario Day. Let's see what else. Welcome in Una. Welcome in Dream. Thank you so much for following, everyone. British Empress says it was a very productive day. IRL duties. Nice. I hope that the IRL duties went well. Got cleaning done, so room is spacious again. IRL friends, followers for my birthday arrived today, and I managed to also do my much needed laundry. Great job. Laura says, good to be productive. All right. You guys join the heist. Laura says, I ordered something for Steven on Amazon early for his birthday. Well, I hope it arrives on time. Yes, and you say, I hope it gets here on time as well. That was my first thing. Speaking of ordering on Amazon, Dart. I got some Lego. Hopefully it comes in time for tomorrow and we can do the stream together as planned this week, hopefully. Anyways, let's see. Uh-oh, half the dream team was captured, but thankfully Dream of the dream team was not captured. Me and Dream successfully escaped, each with 20 points. Great job. Laura says, oh, I got taken. Yes, you did. Dream says, get Lin-Manuel Miranda in here. I knew going twinsies with the points was a good plan. Yes, it was. Dart says, wait, what? Okay. I don't know if the wait what was because you got captured, or the wait what was because of my Lego comment, or whether wait what was because of Lin-Manuel Miranda, or what. But yes, you did get captured, sadly. Hopefully you guys can be rescued next time round. How long did your Lego stream end up being last time? Because I know that I did raid you, and then you put together a lot of Lego. Tomorrow, if I do, and we do the stream together, then I probably, I don't have as many Lego as you to put together. Nearly 10 hours, yeah, exactly. So I don't have as much Lego as you to put together, so I feel like once I'm done with mine, we can just raid you and you can continue whatever you're doing, because I've been doing longer streams lately, but I don't have that many Lego sets to continue. So unless I'm just chatting while you're putting Lego together, that's not going to make sense. So I'm just probably going to, after I'm done with mine, raid you, and you can continue the rest of what you're doing. British Empress says, need to refill my drink soon and check on my laundry as well. Yes, please do refill your drink. If anybody !hydrate, you will be able to hear the hydration message. And I should get some water myself, because it is important.
Please remember to keep yourself hydrated. Having an agent pass out from dehydration is so uncouth.
Thank you so much for that, and I will take a drink. Alright, we are almost done with this puzzle, thankfully. I see Messy Cake is here. Thank you for helping join Messy Cake. I don't know who you are, but you're doing pretty good in the puzzle. British Empress says, nice tune. Are you saying it's a nice tune that's playing right now? Thank you. I do compose my songs. If you're saying the... I want to know the origins. AJ says, that would be me. I think that AJ is saying that Messy Cake is you, not that you are the reason why the streams are agent themed. That would be hilarious if so, but AJ loves the agent theme though. Indeed. Laura says, did you know Wordy has an audio dramas for her stories? Yes, exactly. I was about to tell you. So the agent theme isn't just a random agent theme. It is my characters from my projects. So this is my writing projects. So a long time ago, before the pandemic, I had so many projects and I didn't know which ones to do. So I said, I want to make one into a full novel, but I know that it's going to take a long time. So I said, I sent out a vote poll in the community and said, which of my projects would you guys like to see become a full novel? And I didn't really tell which projects I was talking about, but I just put genres up there. And medieval fantasy was one of the genres. Like thriller, drama, agent, spy stuff was up there. And that's the one that won. So basically, like, I put a lot of genres up there, and then I made it where it was a multiple choice poll, and the majority of people chose a combination of genres that kind of fit most into the Secret Agent Someone universe. And then I said, okay, so I'm gonna focus on that. And it's been over 6 years now, yeah, I decided to focus on that project, and I've since just kind of homed in on that. So when I was streaming, I decided to make my brand to reflect that. I also am trying to do more audio dramas in that world and such like that. I did do some audios in my medieval fantasy world too, but I prioritize my Secret Agent Someone world. What else? I'm trying to finish some of the actual novel parts of it, so it can be fully to completion, which is taking a long time clearly, but yeah, I still post short stories and such in other worlds, but you know. Let me catch up on the chat. Sorry, I kind of went on a rant and a weird tangent, and I just was rambling, so I don't even know if what I was saying made sense to you guys. But the long story short is, I decided to do this because most of the people who were following me at the time, which I feel that I've acquired more followers since then, but most of the people who were following me at the time chose this particular project. And then I branded my streams, I branded my Patreon, I branded my Ko-fi into this project. So that's why everything's spy theme. But I do have other characters and I do have other worlds and such like that. But this is my main project and my main world. Let's catch up on chat. Dream says hi to AJ. Let's see. It's from her characters. I heard her stories. She has shared them. I will have to listen to them. Socials doesn't work. Oh yes, you can say follow. Exclamation point follow and you will see the socials. Dream cartographer tries unimportant. I will probably add that soon. Laura says she also has SoundCloud. I think some of her stories are there if I remember right. I don't know if I've heard those, says Una. Dream says dang it because unimportant didn't work. SoundCloud is where you can upload or listen to audio stuff people upload. Yes. All right, so I should make a social too because people default to social instead of follow. Also, if you want to learn specifically about my project, I'm gonna say Will-O-Wisp because that will actually take you to the Will-O-Wisp website, and on there, that is the hub where you can find all this stuff. So I will say right here, the medieval audio dramas, Una says. You have not heard those? Okay, so this is the link that will show you all the Secret Agent Someone stuff. There's articles, there's samples and clips that you can listen to, and stories you can listen to, stories you can read. If you go to full story timeline, it will show you the chronological order that everything happens in. Wait, why is that like that? That's not what the background was. the background was not this fire. I don't know what happened to the timeline. This is not how timelines are supposed to look. I'm gonna have to fix this because I don't like this at all. I don't know what they did to my timeline. Thankfully, that's not the timeline I submitted to the WaWa. Let's see if the WaWa one is okay. Let me see. Oh my goodness. I feel like I checked the WaWa one recently. Here it is. It's not the best, but it's better than that. And I don't like how it suddenly says not significant here. I did not want it to say this. I want to CSS hide this. The reason why I chose not significant was not because someone says unimportant. I chose that because if you actually look at the I'm gonna show you guys how it looks. I'm gonna edit the one that doesn't matter to be edited right now. When you go in here, wait, they're not letting me edit it? Am I not logged in? I'm not logged in. I'm not logged in! Okay, I'm turning that off because I forgot you guys might see something weird. I'm gonna go back in there now. Hold on. In Case of Grace is here! Hello, welcome to the stream. You have how many notifications? Yes. I have said this for a long time that my notifications were above 9,000. They were over 9,000, but now they're over 13,000. So yeah, sadly. How are you, by the way? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I do have to check the chat in a minute. No, that's not the one I was looking for. Wait, stop. Full story timeline. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys this. This is, so when you edit this, wait, not like that. Okay, where is it? You can't edit? Oh, it's already in edit. Okay. All right, so when you look at the entry, they allow you to pick the date and the time. And then in the advanced options, you can choose, wait. What happened? Where did the thing go? Oh, it's up here now. See, you can choose the milestone. Major. And when you choose major, it will like change how this looks. Oh, goodness. Okay. Milestone. Important. I'm so annoyed by this new interface. Sorry. And then you can say insignificant and it'll just be a circle. So this is the reason why I had it being insignificant, because I didn't want it to be that shape. And the problem is now they allow it to say milestone era changing miscellaneous. Like, I don't want that information displayed. I just wanted to choose the shape of the thing. I also, like, you see how it says fire? It has fire there. Like, when you say artistic creation, it will change like into an anvil or something like that. And the reason why I said miscellaneous was because it had fire for miscellaneous, and it fit because it was someone burning stuff. Sadly, the timeline is just weird now. Sorry. You guys are about to be in an ad. If you are in an ad, exclamation point ad, so let me know, exclamation point back to let me know that you're back. I am going to read the chat after you guys come back from the ads. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. I'm gonna try to finish some of this puzzle before you guys come back from the ads. If you're not in ads, thank you so much for subscribing or for subscribing to Twitch Turbo or subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate it. If you do use ad blockers, I understand, but that does not, sadly, help Twitch platform or the creators. So I do appreciate those of you who endure the ads for the sake of Twitch and the creators if you do not subscribe. And the ad should be starting soon if they didn't already start. Let's see. I am almost done with this puzzle. Great job, everybody. We're almost done with this puzzle. Oh yes, this is another thing. I have the link to the puzzle, but I think it unpinned itself in a second. Oh no, co-host is going on the fritz again. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to find where I put the puzzle. Where did I put the puzzle? Where did I put the puzzle? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna pin the puzzle again because it got unpinned. There's only 20 seconds left in the ads. Thank you guys for your patience. 10 seconds left in the ads. Alright, you guys should be back from the ads. If you're back, welcome back. Let me catch up on the chat now. Alright. I have repinned the puzzle, so if anybody wants to join us in the last pieces of the puzzle, please do let me know by clicking that link and joining in. Let's see. In Case of Grace says, birthday, I sure picked the right day to pop in. Hi, hello. Yes, it's not quite my birthday yet, but my birthday is on March 13th, which is this Friday. Dream Cartographer says the broken CSS bug. Yeah, I heard them talking about that in the Discord server, and they said they were giving people time to touch up their timelines or something. I don't know when that cutoff was. I don't think that I think that I'm too late for that, so I'm just leaving it alone because I don't want to be disqualified. Una says feels like there's something that didn't load. Yeah, kind of. AJ says someone did it, of course. Darth says I did it. Dream says I was about to say I believe about someone doing that. In Case of Grace, obviously very disturbed about how many notifications I have. British Empress says mine is 9k too. Oh goodness. 9k on what? Dream says, oh gosh. Yeah, what notifications do you have 9,000 of? Una says, you have not been notified. True. In Case of Grace says, I'm okay-ish trying to finish making this month's newsletter. Well, much success to you with that. Sending all the prayers, love, and hugs your way, always. In Case of Grace said, should have a targetable CSS class you can hide, I hope. Yes, I believe it should. The problem is I can't fix it now because I entered the WaWa and I do not know when that cutoff date was. I'm going to have to look at Demi's post because they did say you can edit it because of the CSS fiasco that happened with the bad edit or whatever, but I don't know if that cutoff date has passed. I might be too late. Let's see. Dino! Hello. Welcome. Carefully slams open the door to the chat room yelling, Wordy! Ha! Welcome in. How are you? Carefully slams open the door is a very interesting combination of words. But I indeed know who you are, and you usually have some very creative entrances to the chat. I'm good, really happy at the moment. I'm glad you're really happy at the moment. That sounds very lovely. I hope I addressed everybody in the chat. If I didn't, let me know. If I missed you, please let me know. I tried to catch up on the chat. I tried to wait until the ads were over so everybody can hear me. Sometimes I feel like people are like, okay, I'm leaving. And by the time I address their message, they're gone. So if you are gone, or if you're leaving, God bless, much success, sending prayers, love, and hugs your way always. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And I appreciate you chatting. And sorry if I didn't get to your message in time. Dino, which I ask, is that the right way to pronounce your name? Please let me know. Says, I am so close to finishing my second volume again. True. Much success with the second volume the second time. Laura says, gonna lurk for a bit while I take a bath. Well, God bless, much success to you. Sending prayers, love, and hugs your way always. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely bath. Darth says, I am so gone, I am leaving tracks. Thino says, it's a soft the of they know. Oh, they know, like they know? Like that? Not the know, they know. Got it. If it's too hard, I'd go by TJ. Yeah, I know you do. Hey, Wordy, what's your definition of slow burn romance? Okay. We talked about genres before here, and I personally, I have a weird opinion on genres, but I would say that for the most part, the general idea of what you call slow burn romance is that there's a lot of tension all the time, and it doesn't really pay off until like the end or near the end. I feel that's what kind of a slow burn romance is, because like a lot of times in those kinds of books or shows or movies or something, it's like a lot of shy and awkwardness for a long time, like over several chapters, over several episodes, and the tension isn't really resolved yet. It has to be drawn out for a long time. Like when you're like, why don't they just talk? Why don't they just tell each other the thing? Because if they don't do that, that's how the show persists. If they do it, the book will be over within the first 5 pages. So that is what kind of a slow burn is. It is where there's just a lot of crush back and forth, a lot of do they really like me and all this stuff, and then they don't really even kiss or hold hands or even hug, or especially not deeper things until later, if they ever do it at all. That is what kind of a slow burn is, because if they do that, it's done. That's it. Unless it's going to be like, oh, there's another love interest in the picture. Oh no, now it's a love triangle. Oh no, who do I choose? That would be the only way for it to be okay for some stuff to happen, because there's still the tension and slow burn of who are they going to choose in the end. But they usually don't like to pay off too much activity or action until like late. At least that's my understanding of it. If anybody else has a different view of what slow burn romance is, let me know. Yes, that's a classic will they, won't they, and a fandom shorthand version of it. I have a better description of it because I've been researching long narrative form of it. Okay, interesting. What do you think it is? According to my research, slow burn isn't defined by whether the characters are together or not. It's defined by the pace of emotional progression. A couple can get together early and still have a slow burn romance if their intimacy, trust, vulnerability, and emotional connection continue to deepen gradually over time. The relationship status doesn't end the burn, it just shifts what's burning. Well, that's interesting. That's kind of like what I said about if you add another person into the mix, they can do certain activities, but the slow burn will then become who are they going to choose. That was kind of what I meant there. You're right when you say the thing that is burning changes, but usually if they if something happens that is too significant and there's not enough tension still left, then it's not a slow burn anymore, because they're together now and it's like, well, what's happening? This is just a romance. It's not really a slow burn romance. Exhibit A, you and I are polar opposites. The lead couple get into a relationship in episode 1 of the anime. That would be interesting. I guess that can be considered a slow burn, like you said. But another thing would be this is what I was talking about genres before also, that a lot of people expect certain things from a book or a movie or a show if it is labeled as a genre. So if they are going into it for a slow burn romance and the couple gets together on the first episode, they will expect either something turbulent to happen to make it where these people are not actually sure they're together or not, or another potential love interest is entered into the picture and the person has to choose which one they want, or they would just be like, what? This is not what I was expecting, and then they might not like this anymore. Like, they might not, it's not what they expected. So yeah, it's interesting. Personally, as I say, AJ, go ahead, you can have the final honors. Personally, with me, I just make the story what it is, and then if people classify it as a slow burn, it can be. If they don't, then it's not. I don't care. I don't try to fit a genre trope. I just make a story because that's what happens in the story. Did you find the puzzle or no? I think there's one piece left. It's right here. It goes right here, but I don't know where it is. Are you holding it? Yes? Down here, AJ. It really blends in, especially with this background. You see it now? Right here. Oops. We'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. Yay! Congratulations. All right, that was a good one. Now we can do the we can add the next puzzle into the queue. I'm gonna unpin that. And now we are not doing a puzzle anymore. Just chatting. Zano says, true, my research from certain sites and sources regarding cute rom-coms have people who seem to be getting bored of the whole will they won't they and are often wishing the main couple to be together before the end of season 1 in anime terms. I'm just basing my knowledge on what I learned and read about. Yes, so this is the thing. I do know there's some people who get very bored of the will they won't they, but I feel that in doing that, it's not necessarily saying that a slow burn can't be can be something else. It's just that I think that these particular people are bored of slow burn romance. There's other genres. This is another reason why I have a weird opinion on genres, because I am like, when people try to classify things as too much, or then they start changing what genres mean just to fit something, it's like genres are actually nothing, actually, to me, honestly. I believe that genres are less important than the actual story. So I know and understand that there's a lot of people who are very annoyed and very tired and very bored of the will they won't they slow burn. So I want slow burn, but they also want progression beyond the couple just getting together. So this is the thing. like you said, changing the thing that's burning makes it where, is that even a slow burn romance anymore? Because I thought that the romance was the thing that's supposed to be burning slow. So if something else is burning slow, then is it a slow burn romance anymore? These are just my personal, where I'm just like, and this is why I leave genres alone. Because once you start, everybody has their own subjective reasoning behind what genres are and what they mean, what they consist of, what they're about. And it's just like, okay. I don't know what else to say about it. Because at that point, isn't it just a romance? Why is it a slow burn? What is slow burning? If you're saying tension between the couple, even though they got together, other things like trust and all this stuff, like that's what romance is already. So I feel that that's just romance now. I thought that the whole purpose of slow burn at first was to say that there's not too much actual romance because it's building up to it, because it's burning slow. If you say, this is a slow burn romance, yeah, they get together in like the first 5 minutes of the movie, but they have progression in their trust issues and their connection to each other. It's like, well, that's just romance. That's what happens when people date, when they get married. They're still learning about each other. They're still growing closer every day. At least that's what I think you're supposed to do when you're in a romantic relationship with a person. I don't think you're ever supposed to be like, oh, we're good now. We'll just stop learning about each other. Like, this is why I'm just like, okay. But yeah, I have a total weird idea of genre, and we talked about this during my 25-hour stream about how genres, when they shift what genres mean, it's just like, I'm just like, okay, because I don't have anything else to say about it. Howdy, Danny. We are in an ad, exclamation point ads to let me know, exclamation point back to let me know that you are back. I will address the chat when you guys get back. Alright, we have about 1 minute left in the ads. For those of you who are not in the ads, thank you so much for your subscriptions to Twitch Turbo or to my channel. Much love. Let's see. More seconds left in the ads. And you guys should be back if you're back from the ads. Welcome back. Howdy, Danny. How are you? They know says the ideal comment I saw was along the lines of this. My take on a rom-com. Oh, they're a couple now. Chapter 50. Wait, they got married after the love triangle? Yay. Chapter 110. OMG, they have kids now? This is so wholesome. Chapter 160. So this is what I'm trying to say. When does it become just a regular romance and not a slow burn? Because that just sounds like regular romance to me. Does that not? And this is just my personal opinion because, like I said, I'm very weird. But when people say that's considered a slow burn romance, then I say, well, then what is a regular romance? I just think that just means people are bored of what you call a slow burn romance and they just want a regular romance. But they might want to call it a slow burn, so then they say milestones like that are considered as burning slow. But really, in realistic relationships, a lot of times couples do get together. They don't necessarily trust each other instantly when they're dating. They learn about each other, and then they might get married, and then they might have kids and stuff. It's not like it all happens within the course of a month. Sometimes it does. There are cases like that, but most regular romances don't go that fast. So I don't think that's considered a slow burn. I just think that's considered normal. For context, a manga chapter is about 3 to 4 chapters of a light novel. I was using manga chapters for reference. I mean, that makes sense. Now, if you're trying to say that a manga slow burn means that they don't just appear married with children in this 4th chapter, then maybe that's considered a manga slow burn. I would just think that was normal, personally. I personally would still think that's normal. Because it just seems like that means that regular manga don't... Okay, so if it's a regular manga romance, does it just go fast? Because I will admit, I don't have too much experience reading a lot of mangas. So, in your experience, do romantic mangas just... within 3 to 4 chapters, they automatically are married and have children already at the end, and that's it, and it just goes off? Because if so, no wonder they're considering that a slow burn. Because usually mangas are just expedited. But yeah, I don't think that's odd to me. But I get it. If that is what the genre is, if that is how slow the genre, how fast the genre usually goes, this is considered slowing that up. So yeah, maybe what you consider a slow burn manga or anime is different from what you consider just a regular slow burn in a different medium other than manga or anime. So yeah, if that's the case, then okay. But I think that means that there's genre differences from the genre, the subgenre. The subgenre is slow burn romance. If you talk about a slow burn romance in a different genre, like medium, like if it's a movie. Now, movies usually last less than 2 hours, but it can be a slow burn romance movie because at the end of the movie, they can get together. But if it's a slow burn romance show, usually shows might last 30 minutes to an hour per episode. And then those episodes might be like 10 or even 20 in a season. So, technically, in the movie, they get together faster than in the show because the show has more episodes. But it's still considered a slow burn because of the pacing within the medium that they're using. So if you're saying an anime or manga usually expedites things, then that means the subgenre of slow burn within that confine is the reason why it is slightly different, because people who consume that particular media are used to it being faster than that. Lino says, you'll be surprised how slow rom-com manga can get. Sumiki Ogami's not-so-ordinary life takes 90 chapters for the wolf girl to finally realize she's in love with the very anxious male guy who she finally just started recognizing his feelings for the wolf girl in his heart, but he never felt it before and calls it fluttery, feeling worse than anxiety. All right, so that's not considered a slow burn? I think that you're missing what I'm arguing. Because I never said that is a slow burn. See, that's what I mean. You said it takes 90 chapters for them to realize. You're saying it's too long of a slow burn. That's why I said the opinion here, it is all opinion. So what you're trying to say is, why did it take 90 chapters for them to realize they have feelings for each other? Instead, it should have taken 90 chapters for them to actually have a family. So first, they should have already realized they have feelings for each other, start to get to know each other, trust each other, date each other, get engaged, get married, have children, and that should all have happened within the 90 chapters, which makes sense. But I don't think that that's considered a slow burn anymore. That's all I'm saying. Because within within the confines of the medium, it is going at a normal pace. Thank you so much, the one and only Creepy Pro, for the lurk. God bless, much success, sending prayers, love, and hugs your way always. I appreciate you stopping by. Leno says, in light novel form, that's about 270 light novel chapters of being at school together in a single year of school life. Yep, we finished the puzzle, Laura. Welcome back from your bath. I hope it was good. It's not awkwardness. It's fine. I just don't think you're understanding what I'm arguing. So I don't know. I don't know if we're agreeing or if we're not agreeing, because you're making points that I think are in agreement with what I'm saying, but yet you're trying to say that you are arguing. So this is what I'm saying in simple terms. It's not actually how many chapters or how long it's taking, because different mediums have different lengths. A movie is usually 2 hours or less, but it can be a slow burn. The thing is the pacing within that movie that makes it a slow burn. A show is usually where the episodes are about 45 minutes long on average now, and they have 8 to 10 episodes per season. That can be a slow burn, but clearly the time it takes in the movie is shorter, because it's like 2 hours, than a 45-minute episode repeating 10 times in a season. Same as I'm saying the manga and the anime, if they're naturally usually having 90 chapters, then in that particular genre, the subgenre of slow burn romance is the pacing within that genre. So some people might already say 90 chapters is too long. But within that genre, if it takes 90 chapters for them to realize they're in love with each other, that is considered a slow burn. Laura says, I might have to head off to do some stuff. Have a great stream. Have a nice audiobook I've been listening to. Nice. Well, God bless, much success. Sending prayers, love, and hugs your way. Always, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed the audiobook. So what I'm saying is, if the manga or the anime has 90 chapters on average, because mangas, animes, and things like that are usually epics. They already have a lot of content, be they written books, comic books, web novels, shows, movies. Animes as a genre usually has a lot of content. So within the confines of that genre, what is considered to be a normal stint like the amount of chapters or the amount of installments or the amount of episodes is already going to be a little bit greater and bigger than the average other mediums. And within that, what I'm saying, if they take that long to realize their feelings for each other, I feel that that is a slow burn. But if they, within that regular time period, just act like a regular couple, get to know each other, start a family and stuff, I don't think that's a slow burn anymore. Because, like the example you put about it takes chapter 50, they're a couple, they got married, 110, they have kids, 160. Like, even though that sounds like it's taking a long time, animes themselves have a lot of chapters. Mangas themselves have a lot of chapters, so that's normal for that realm of media. And the pacing of their relationship progressing does not seem to me like a slow burn anymore because it's going at a normal speed. I know it's like 110 chapters, but if a normal anime or manga has that many chapters, then that makes sense. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense what I just said. But that's all I'm saying. British Empress says the laundry is now in the tumble dryer for 2 and 30 minutes. I know long right now. I mean, I know long, right? But this is how long I usually have it on for. Understandable. I don't know if the longer you spin, the more damage it may do to clothes. It depends. So it's good to read your instructions on the tags of your clothes because some clothes should not be dried in the dryer. Some clothes should be hung dry on a line or with hangers or such like that. Some clothes are fine to be in the dryer. So it depends. Some clothes will shrink in the dryer. Some clothes will get messed up and ripped up in the dryer. So it's important to read each individual article of clothing and each individual instruction on those clothings to see if they should even go in the dryer or not. But I hope it goes well and I hope it's fine. And if that's what you usually have it on, it should be fine, I think. Because I do have some tops with holes in, and unless my rabbit has chewed them, which he has done with some, I doubt he will chew all of them. Well, that's interesting. Sometimes holes can get into the clothing because of being in the dryer or something like that, or it depends on how long you've had the clothing. Maybe it got snagged on something when you're walking past, or something like that. Thano says, I kind of get what you mean now. It sounds like there's still a barrier between reader expectation and marketability. No, I just think that what I think is that the readers that you've been surveying and researching are probably just bored of that genre. They might want to say that they still like that genre, but they don't. They're getting bored because they're saying that it's taking too long for the initial attraction to be revealed. But that is what the genre is all about. So if they just want regular romance, they can just want regular romance. That's all I think. Medium burn, not a slow burn. Well, okay. See, this is where other genres come into existence and they're like, oh, this is a new thing called a medium burn. It goes slightly faster than a slow burn, but it's still not as fast as like what do you mean? I just feel like it's just romance at this point. Because if you keep on chopping it up, and then there's going to be a semi-medium burn, a slow medium burn, a fast burn. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out where is the regular romance? Where does the regular romance fit? Are there any regular romance mangas and animes that are not considered slow burns? Or does that not exist? Is that not a thing in anime? Is there no regular romance that's not a slow burn? I'm just confused. Dream says, just submitted a flash fiction piece for writing competition. Yay! Congratulations. Empress says, my rabbit is very fuzzy. Yes. Literally started yesterday. The competition started yesterday? Well, I'm glad that you quickly got it in. That is awesome. Dream says, but what about a sick burn? Haha. Yeah, I just am confused because I think that what is regular romance? Kind of sounds cool though. Mid-burn rom-com. Fits readers' expectations while still prolonging a progressive growth between the characters. Interesting. Alright, you guys are about to be in an ad. If you are in an ad, exclamation point ads, let me know, exclamation point back to let me know that you're back. Started the flash fic. What? Peace. Okay, I was gonna say what? Okay. Alright. Decides to give it more research. Alright, God bless, much success, sending prayers, love and hugs your way always. I appreciate you guys for lurking. We might leave in a bit. So I'm gonna see if we can raid somebody. But it was good to hang out with you guys today and chat about genres and do some puzzles and stuff like that. Well, I can't use Bell. It's fine. It's fine. I do have some stuff to take care of though today, so we're gonna see what happens. After the ads, we might raid. We'll see. Ready. All right. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys should be back from the ads if you're back. Welcome back. And we're probably going to go ahead and raid out, but thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know it was quite a short stream today, but we just wanted to make sure we go live practically on time. And tomorrow we're probably going to do some Lego building. Hopefully my Lego set comes in time. It is a flower set, so I'm going to be trying to build some flowers to go into the Mad Hatter's garden. So we will see how that goes. Also, I have to do a lot of stuff, catch up on stuff. My birthday is this Friday, so we are probably going to stream for at least 2 hours, 3, I think, based on how much we raised in the goal stream up there. And then, what was I going to say? Something else. Yeah, I don't know. I just need to catch up on stuff. I need to catch up on some freelance work and such like that. So I am going to have to end the stream. We are going to be raiding Christian Ninja, I believe. Raiding. If you would like to show Christian Ninja that Order sends love, please do copy paste the raid chant that is in the chat. And God bless, much success. Saying prayers, love, and hugs your way always. I appreciate you all for stopping by. And I thank you guys for being awesome. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for all that jazz. And I shall be hopefully back soon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Uh-oh, I have to check and make sure that Darth also sprung forward for daylight savings, because that might change what time we collab, but it should be fine. All right. Well, thank you so much. Much love. Bye.